Okay, rental properties, you can read more about that. I want to give you a couple of other ideas. How many of you don't have a problem necessarily putting your money to work, although I think I may have shown you that there's a way to make it work harder? How many of you have a problem coming up with enough money to make substantial contributions in all the places you'd like and invest? Raise your hand if you fit that category. Oh, okay. So you want to increase your income. Is that about it?
Wild.
So that you can increase what you don't spend. See, that's the other side. Okay. Well, how many of you would like to increase your business income 25% in the next 12 months? Good. For those of you who are real estate people, huh?
Only 25%?
If I said what they could really do, they wouldn't believe it, so I picked a conservative number.
Can you put another zero on it?
We're not all attorneys here. Come on, Bill.
Yeah.
Would you like to know how to do that?
Yes.
How many of you belong to one or more barter currency exchanges?
Didn't understand what you just said.
Barter currency exchanges. Okay, let me explain about it if you don't know. There are about 400 of them in practice around the world right now. And in each geographical area, one or more of them is very prevalent. And the reason that's significant to you is as follows. In order to be in a barter system, you must be a business owner. Number two, you have to be willing to deliver your products, goods, and services into that barter network at the retail value, for which you will get credits and a bank statement and a checkbook that you, in fact, can turn around and spend with other businesses in your geographic area or not in the same barter system. What does that mean? It means it operates exactly like your bank does, except what you have to put in is not dollars, it's what you now do for a living. I sell real estate. I sell books and tapes. I consult. I accept barter currency, specifically BXI text. Right? You like that? BXI and ITEX just merged, so we're all trying to get used to the transition. And I'll accept that as payment. You know what I like about it? You got to be a business owner to be in the network. So, if in my local geographic area there are 500 businesses involved, how many business owners are represented by that number? 500. How many of them have employees?
500.
None. Well, or 490. You know, it's like sooner or later you end up with employees, or you die. So, business owners, their employees, their spouses, their friends. Which do you suppose they'd rather spend first, given a choice? Their barter credits or cash? Their barter credits, because you can spend in fewer places. 500 businesses in town, though. It's a lot of services. Now I'm going to go what appears to be off subject for a second, but it's not. Excuse me. As soon as I start talking again, I'll sneeze.
Hurry up, hurry up. Come on, write down. Hurry up.
How many of you would love to find an endless supply of discounted paper? There it goes. Anybody here ever been in the restaurant business? We're going to use a poor restaurant owner. Bless our hearts. If you owned a restaurant, do you have to pay for a fry cook whether you serve 10 lunches or 20? Do you have to pay for the waitress leaning against the cash register whether you serve 10 lunches or 20? Do you have to pay the rent whether you've got 10 lunches or 20? Oh, you have to pay for the power bill?
You bet. Gotta keep lights on.
Everybody needs a smartness too. So, all things being equal, then the only difference between 10 lunches and 20, other than the revenue stream, is what? The food cost. So if your food cost as the restaurant owner is 27 cents on the dollar, and your average lunch is $10, and you get 10 extra lunches because you belong to a barter network, those 10 lunches generated $100 in revenue, in which your cost basis is $27. Do we see a relationship here? If you realize that additional revenue, albeit in barter currency, because you belong to the barter network, did it increase your income? Yes. IRS says bartering, which they acknowledge, mentioned by name, has a dollar-for-dollar parity value, and it's $10.99 at the end of the year. It's reportable as income, just as though it's a buck. But did you just gain business you would not otherwise have access to?
Yep.
Did you just gain it because you are a member of the barter network and you didn't have to buy a billboard, or a newspaper ad, or a radio ad, or a TV ad, and you didn't have to put little flyers in little envelopes and mail them to every address in the city in order to get it, now did you? Matter of fact, the day you join the network, they send out an email to all the members saying, guess what? Guys, we have a new service available. And what happened? People started walking to your front door. Now, how many of you think it would be tougher to spend this barter currency than it is cash? Because Sierra Pacific Power won't take it, right? So you have to look for ways to spend it. How many of you think it would probably accrue in a hurry? I'm getting to the good stuff now, guys. If it accrues in a hurry, from time to time, might you, in your business operation, need some cash? Do you suppose that, like any other set of credits, debits, and income stream, that you might be motivated to sell some of your own currency to your IRA?
But you can't do that.
Or to your neighbor's IRA, and him vice versa? Sure you can. Can you sell a discounted note in deed or trust? These are notes. Somebody open up your wallet, pull out something green that says "In God We Trust" on one side. Look at the other side, it says a Federal Reserve note. By the way, can you sell money?
Sure.
Can you sell cash greenbacks? What's that called?
It's getting harder though.
It's called lending. It's lending. Yes, that's what it is. Okay? But if your cost basis is 27 cents on the dollar, do you suppose it would be a reasonable and prudent business move to sell it for 40 cents on the dollar to your friend's IRA? If you needed quick cash flow. Now, what's his IRA going to do with barter credits? For one thing, is his IRA able to be in business? You want me to show you one of the best things to do with that? How many of you have employees? I'm the only fool in this room that has employees. Yeah, please don't tell me that's not true. Okay. Just joking.
We don't want to tell you.
Let me point out something. How many of you would love to be on the bank side of the equation? How do you think your IRA would love being in the loan business? Remember I said the HUD underwriting guidelines say that personal property can be used as a down payment on real estate? Two kinds of property I remember from real estate school. Real and personal.
Yeah.
Now we clearly understand what is real. Does that mean everything else is personal? Does that include barter credits? Does that mean that once our IRA has $30,000 worth of accrued barter credits, it can probably make a down payment? And since we don't want it qualifying for a loan, which is generally expensive, might it be better off turning it into a down payment loan? By the way, did you know employers can make loans, down payment loans for their employees? When is help at its most expensive? When are employees at the most expensive?
When you've been there a while. When you train.
When you just hire them. Because not only are they not productive yet because they don't know how to do the job, but you lose the time, talents, and energy of the productive person it takes to train them. Two for the price of none. Or none for the price of two. I know. Oh yeah, because you got to pay them for training, huh? None for the price of two. Which is a better and more stable employee? Homeowner or a tenant?
Homeowner.
Therefore, as a business owner whose business is accruing this kind of barter credit system, does it make sense for you to consider making a down payment on a home in the form of a loan, of course, on behalf of your key employees?
Yeah.
How many of you wanted to go one step further with this?
Please.
So, if your business has accrued $30,000 worth of this stuff, and you've got an employee who in and of his own accord qualifies for a $180,000 home, 90% loan, how much loan can you get?
162.
162, okay? And if he can be qualified, the company is more than happy to make him a down payment loan. Now, anybody who's in the loan business knows that they take payments on this second into account when they're qualifying the borrower, right? Remember where we started this about there don't have to be monthly payments?
Mm-hmm.
We decided instead of having monthly payments, we had another alternative. We could have it accrue, couldn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So we're going to make them a second mortgage loan with no payments, interest accruing at 12%, 10%. Let's be nice. 10%, interest accruing. How many of you suppose that most employers give annual bonuses? Raise your hand. Does anybody see a relationship here? At the end of 1 year's time, on the $18,000 second that's got interest accruing at 10%, how much more is due than we started? 10%, $1,800. Now how much is owed back? $19,800. Do you suppose that your business can expense, write off, 10% of that as a partial Christmas bonus for the employee? Do you take that as a tax deduction?
Yeah.
Yeah, bonuses are tax deductible. Is it income to your employee?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now, are you waiting for the good thing here?
Sure.
It is all due, of course, on sale of property. Whatever its unpaid balance is, right? Because you don't know who's going to end up owning that property. It's probably going to be your employee if he sold, right? Uh-huh. And besides, he wants the ability to use it again, right? It could also be due when he leaves your employ.
Voluntarily or fired.
If I fire him, then I guess the payments will have to start. But if he quits, his new employer better be willing to write a check for a handsome employment bonus. Remember, I did say key employees. This is part of a benefit plan now, isn't it? Do you think that might have something to do with retention of key people?
Absolutely.
Company loyalty? So, the object of the exercise is into an hour or less to rip the lid off your brain, get you started thinking, have you started thinking. Counsel's right. You need to do due diligence.